Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for joining for this the program of Gita overview. This program we are planning to give the complete overview of the Bhagavad-Gita, in a very nutshell way, right? So before starting, we offer our gratitude to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So with this, we will start our session now. So the first question that comes to our mind is, why Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield? So Krishna and Arjuna could have settled all these things back at home. They could have finished their business there in the battlefield and then gone back, and then they could have settled this thing. But why in the battlefield? And that too, all the yoga system and so much of details and things like that and all. So there's a reason behind it. So let's see that first, and we will be able to understand the context of Bhagavad Gita, and we will be able to understand the whole overview in a very nice way when we do this thing. So Arjuna is a great hero, and he was depressed. So what was the cause of his depression? He's not having clarity of the outcome that is going to come in the battle. His personal life is going to be disastrous. All his relatives are there, friends are there, and his spiritual master is there, and respectable people like Bhishma is there in the opposite side, and all of them are going to be killed, or many of them are going to be killed. So he's having tension because of that, and all that he has cherished in his whole life will be completely destroyed. So anyone would feel out of place. Anyone would feel that the life is like really miserable. So this is the condition, and Arjuna is depressed. And we see that how do we get inspired to get work, to do some work? Here Arjuna is doing a work, right? So, and his work is that he is a Kshatriya and he has to do his job of fighting the adharma, and he is completely depressed. And why he is depressed? So what gives us inspiration in the to work? The inspiration comes from the knowledge. What is that knowledge? Why should I do this work? What's my role in this? And how is it going to impact me? And how should I do it? This is very, very important thing. If anyone is not clear in these aspects, he will not get enthusiasm. He will fall into depression for sure. Because it's like, you just tie somebody's eyes and then ask him to go to some far distant place and fetch something and come and things like that. He will say like, first give me clarity of vision, then I will be able to do something. You just tie my eyes and you are asking me to do all these things. How am I going to do? It's not possible for me, right? So that's the thing here. So this, the clarity, if it is not there in what we are doing, then we will not get inspired. We will not be enthusiastic. No, more the clarity, more the enthusiasm. We see that if a hungry man is there and he receives food, he's very, very happy, for how much time? Till the next hunger comes, right? A poor man receives some money and then, all his problems are solved till the time the money is, finished, right? And then an ignorant man receiving knowledge, no more problems to solve, forever. The knowledge solves all problems of life. So many times when people ask this question, that many people are suffering from hunger and things like that. So what are you doing about it? So we say, yeah, like we are also doing, we are giving our prasadam to so many people, millions, crores of plates of prasadam is getting distributed. So, but then the main aspect is we give knowledge. We don't just stop there, we give knowledge. So why we give knowledge? Because it solves the problems of life forever. So, I always say that, we have many, many examples of great saints, even in the recent past, we can see many great saints have showed this thing. They don't have much of possessions. They don't even know sometimes where is their next meal is going to come from, but they are the most blissful people in the world. So if poverty is going to be miserable, if hunger is going to be miserable, then these saints must have been the greatest miserable people in the world. But on the contrary, they are the most happiest people. But on the other side, we see even the richy rich, in this world is actually miserable, right? So what is the point? Where is the misery coming from? It's not coming from hunger. It's not coming from lack of money, because both the people, those who have and those who are not having, everybody is miserable. So it's lack of knowledge. And Arjuna got this knowledge and he became enthusiastic. Towards the end of Gita, we will see he's really inspired. He's really, really very inspired to go about with this battle. So this is what is needed. So all his parameters, what is he doing, why is he doing, and what is his particular role in that, and how it is going to impact him in a long run. Everything was clarified in Bhagavad-Gita. And it's just like you may say that, oh, Krishna did not explain about the practical aspects of the battle over there, and how did Arjuna got enthusiastic? No, more than the practical aspects of battle, the practical aspects of life is very important. If that is clarified, then everything else is clarified. A person gets enthusiasm. So that's why Gita, it gave enthusiasm to Arjuna in that scenario. And it is not contextual. It is very, very broad. Gita is very broad. It fits for everybody's need, and it gives enthusiasm to everyone, right? So that's why we are here studying Gita. And this is the greatest book of knowledge. And not only Arjuna, we can also become enthusiastic by following Gita. And our humble attempt is to give an overview of this great book of knowledge, right? So here we see, how are we going to do this overview? There are various ways to summarize Gita. So one is to summarize Gita based on the main entities that are there. In fact, many acharyas do this thing: Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. So this is one way of summarizing the Gita. And then another way of summarizing Gita is that all various things, all the various concepts that we are going to discuss today, it's part of either Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga. It's different angas of these yogas. So we can discuss Gita in that way. And the other way of discussing Gita is what we are going to take. So this is Krishna's own outline of Gita in the 18th chapter. So we are not going to go sloka by sloka of 18th chapter, but we are going to take the thread that Krishna uses to explain the summary of Gita in the 18th chapter. So that's what we are going to do today. So let's get into the agenda. So here is Krishna's outline of Gita. So this is work with detachment and devotion. That's the first item. And second is, we are not independent. Third one is, we are controlled by modes of nature, and how to get free from these modes of nature. And then most effective way of purification. So the fourth point is okay kind of method. And then fifth point is really powerful method, right? And then sixth is benefit of studying and distributing Gita. So this is what is our discussion today. So let's get into the first point. So that is work with detachment and devotion. So now, as we had discussed, Arjuna was in greatest difficulty. He was faced with ultimate crisis. And his thought was this work is creating problem. My prescribed duties is creating problem. Let me take sannyas, right? So my relatives will be dead if I fight this battle, foreseeing no enjoyment in the battle. Even if I win, what is the happiness that I'll have even if I win this battle? I'm not able to see any happiness. If I win, it's going to be, I'll not have any of my relatives with me. And if I lose, anyway, I'm going to die. And for a losing battle, why should I fight? In fact, Duryodhana, once he told, I will always remain the king of Hastinapur. And the people around him were telling why are you so confident about this? And I will be happy till the end of my life. He was so when people ask, you see, he told, see, when I am the king, when I am ruling, so I am ruling with great generals like Bhishma and Drona, and so many great people are there in my assembly. And if I win the battle, I'll continue to be the king anyways. And then if I have to lose the battle, I'll die, but I'll die as a king. And the Pandavas will get only a dead burial ground to rule over. They will not get anything. right? So this is Duryodhana's attitude over there, right? So that's what even Arjuna is thinking. Arjuna is not thinking in that way, but then he's seeing that without any of my people, let them live. No, let me accept the defeat right now, and let me just walk off. Let me just take sannyas. I don't want to rule anything. No, I just want to be away. And then he's talking about, if I kill all these people, I'll get sinful reactions. And we see that. So 6.6 million people were to die in the Battle of Kurukshetra. And in the COVID, since till now, it's like 1.67 million. And that is all over the world over a span of 1 year. And for that, we are taking so much of caution and precautions and things like that. And here, in 18 days, in one place, so much big massacre is going to happen. Any soft-hearted person would think that, no, like, why should all this thing happen? Just for me to become the king? So, he didn't want to do that. So, the solution he came about was, give up everything, take sannyas. That's what was his solution. Let's see what Krishna is going to answer for this. Krishna's advice was running away from duty, it causes infamy, inferior destination in the future lives, no happiness, and it is going to be sinful. It is not about whether you becoming the king, for you to become the king or your brother to become the king, or that's not the case. It is your duty to do this thing. It is adharma that's happening, and all, like the Mahabharata is there. There is a lot of detail is there, like how this is the duty of Arjuna. So let's not get into that. But at least, Krishna is telling here, this is the duty, of yours, and you have to do it. If you don't do this, people will talk about you. This guy, he just ran off from the battle and just shying off from his duty and things like that. They will say, like, no, you're a coward. No, you cannot explain to them saying that, I just thought, evaluated, and such a big massacre, why it should happen and things like that. So, but then Krishna is not budging an inch. He's telling that it's your duty. People will talk bad about you, and then you will get inferior destination. You will go to hell, and then you will not have any happiness because you have not done your duty. If you have not done your duty, the karma will reap sinful reactions, and you will be miserable in your future life. So, in your future, so don't do this thing. And he's telling, doing the duty, even though if it is difficult, even though it happens to be in midst of all this kind of chaotic situation, doing the duty will bring about fame. Even now we are talking about Arjuna. It's bringing about fame. 5,000 years later, this person did the duty amidst all the problems, and he is famous even now, right? And he is getting superior destination, and then he's going to get happiness, and he's going to become pious in nature. Even in the future lives, he will always be dharmic in his nature, right? So that's the this one. Krishna is telling. And then Krishna is telling, be detached and work, right? So don't become a false renunciant. Don't become a dongi sadhu. To renounce, you require sense control. You cannot just renounce out of depression. You require sense control. You require knowledge, and you have to be an elevated sadhu to not take a renunciation, not just because your work is so difficult. I'll take sannyas. So many people, in fact, they call us saying that, Swamiji, like, we want to come and join your ashram. So why you want to join? Because there is so much of problem in life. We say, like, no, we don't accept. So that's the this one. So, like, Krishna is telling, don't become sadhu like that, right? So be detached and work. Work in this kind of detached work. It is as good as renunciation. Krishna is telling that, it is as good as renunciation. Don't be attached to the fruits of your activity. Do as I am directing you. Don't do as you want. Do as I am directing you, and give up attachment to the results. It's obvious. Like, if we go to an office, like, what do? We do as the boss tells us to do. And then we are doing it, and then we get a big project done, and a huge remuneration is coming to the company. And whom does the result belongs to? It belongs to the company. You only get your paycheck. That's all. You do a $1,000 project, you do $10,000 project, you do $1 million project, whatever may be, you will get your paycheck. That's all. So all the result goes to the company. So in the same way, here also Krishna is telling, I am telling you how to work, and then you work, and whatever result comes, ma phala, ma karma phala heturbur, right? So it is, don't be attached to this one, like, don't be attached to the result of your work. No, that's not very good for you. And this will save you from sin. Attachment to the result is the cause of the sin, and detachment from the results of our activity is the cause of our release from the sin, right? So this is a very important thing. You remember Arjuna was telling, sin will come upon me if I do this thing. So Krishna is telling, like, be detached and work. So work you don't renounce, the result of the work you renounce. That is real sannyas. Krishna actually advises him. And then he says, work enthusiastically, rise up and fight. That's your job now. Rise up and fight. So this is what Krishna's instruction over there. And this is what the first aspect, that is work with detachment and devotion, right? So that's what Krishna is advising. And now the second topic that Krishna takes is that we are not independent. So like, let me work and let me means work with detachment and devotion. That's kind of very good. So what is this new topic? We are not independent. So if I have to work in an environment, you just tell that sometimes this happened in our practical this one. So we give some service to somebody, like, you go and do this thing done, and then this person goes, and somebody over there comes and asks him, who are you to do this? Who told you to do this? Like, no, and things like this person comes back confused, and he tells, like, sir, no, I just did whatever you told, and these people are coming and asking me, who are you to do this? So then, okay, I didn't clarify you. There are other people who are also working in the environment. You have to work with them. And this person is in charge of this person is in charge of this, and you have to work with them. So that's what we are going to see. Working is not just simply working. There is some dependency over there. Let's see what it is. So this is the functional document of the world. This is how this world is working. So we, the living entities, are there. Arjuna is represented by our, he represents us. And then the Lord as Paramatma is there. And then the material nature, is there. So now we desire, and then the Lord sanctions, and the material nature executes it. So now, for example, if I have to lift my hand, I just have to desire it, and the Lord has to sanction, and actually the movement is done by the material nature. So that's how seamlessly the things are working in this world. Anything that we want, this is how it happens. Now, in this equation, let's see the last bit of this equation. So material nature is fulfilling our needs, whatever we have desired for. So the material nature is giving us. So now if I see that, okay, material nature is giving me, let's just tamper. Why this Lord has to come in the between? Why he has to be there in the center? So let me just directly deal with the material nature, exploit anything and everything I want. So exploit the nature to its limits, right? So it's like, we just take an example, how to get money. There is a lot of money in the bank. Just go and take money from the bank. What's the problem? Just loot the bank. And second option is that you work well, you go to a legitimate work and you work well, and your boss will deposit money in your account, and you can withdraw at any time you want, right? So these are two ways of option is there. And first option, it is sinful. You have to be always afraid, that you will be caught for your wrongdoing. And it's miserable actually. And second one is like legitimately you can live. You are a peaceful citizen of the state. And this is what is the thing. If I directly try to meddle around with the material nature without the sanction of the Lord, I'm going to be in trouble, right? So the nature is perfectly controlled by the Lord. It is not some random things are there around and I can just take and use it as I want. No, it's not like that. So it's perfectly controlled by the Lord, right? So just like sometimes this has happened. We see that some people go to a nice garden and then they like some flower and they go and try to pluck it up. Immediately somebody comes, hey, you cannot touch this. No, this is protected area. And okay, I didn't thought that, like somebody will come and ask me. So that's what is happening. People are asking, like, why are we suffering? And the first question is like, do you know that Lord is in control of the nature? Do you take sanction of the Lord before doing anything? Have you read Bhagavad-Gita for doing these things? Like, for understanding like what the Lord wants, what the Lord doesn't want, and things like that. It's a very important thing. We have to read this essential book, Bhagavad-Gita. Otherwise, we'll be misled. We will just try to meddle around with this material nature. And then sufferings will come, and then we'll keep asking like, why this suffering? Why this suffering? Why this suffering? So if we just do like this bird, which is there, the tap is closed, but it is trying to take some water out of the tap. No, it knows that water comes from there. It's trying to do something. It'll get something, but ultimately some few drops he'll get, and then he'll be frustrated and he'll be cheated. No, that's not the way of doing it. We have to approach the Lord, right? So trying to exploit the material nature directly is stupidity, right? So we may get something. It's not that we will not get anything. We may get something for some time, right? So it's not going to satisfy us. We are not going to be free, just like this person legitimately working and getting his salary, right? So now Krishna also tells this attached work, this kind of a work, getting attached to the results of my action, getting attached to the end point, the material nature's, results to me. So that kind of a work is called attached work. Work with the attachment to the fruits of my work, right? So that's called attached work. And one who's attached to the fruits of one's work is not intelligent. Why? Because the result is sin, bondage, increase of ignorance, and distress, right? So another example also we can see, if there is, imagine there is an employee in a company and then he wants more money and he's going and pestering the cashier, you give me a little more money, you give me a little more money. And the cashier is telling like, no, I am not the person to give. You have to go and take the sanction of the boss. Without approaching the sanctioning authority, I cannot just meddle around with the person who's actually delivering me the cash, or I cannot just meddle around with the material nature who's giving me things. I cannot just extract grains from the ground. I cannot just extract rains from the the vast sky. I cannot just extract anything and everything that I want. It'll all be this is all completely controlled by the Lord, and Lord has the capacity to sanction. And if you just please him, it just happens. How much ever nice a boss is, if you just bypass him and then go to the down line and try to meddle around, so we will face the music, right? So that's the point here. So next, let's come back to this functional document again. So first we saw how we should not meddle around with the material nature directly, and now let's see the second part, that's the sanction part of the Lord. How does the Lord sanctions? What is the logic he uses for sanction? So one is that it's based on karma. If I am suffering, I must have committed a sin, and if I'm happy, I must have committed some punya, either now or in the past. This is for sure, right? So nobody can suffer without committing a sin, and nobody can be happy without committing a piety. So there was in Srimad Bhagavatam, this thing comes like Prahalad. He's a very great devotee of the Supreme Lord, and his father Hiranyakashipu was trying to torture him in so many different ways. And then nothing is happening. He's not getting miserable even a bit. And his father is like thinking like, what's happening here? And there, the author of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami, he mentions that just like a person who doesn't have any piety, he works very hard, nothing comes. So many people we have seen, they read some success stories of great people, and then they go and do exactly the same steps. Nothing works out because he doesn't have the piety to get it. And then in the same way, like Shukadeva Goswami says, that this Prahalad, he doesn't have any sin at all in his system. How can he suffer? It's not possible for him to suffer. Even though he's put into suffering conditions, he cannot possibly suffer. That's this one. So this karma, based on our karma we get. So then, is it that the Lord is a kind of a person like, okay, there is rules is there, you just follow the rules, and I'll just give based on the rules. Don't come to me. Is he a person like that? Is the Lord a sadistic master just ready to punish? When this guy will do the next mistake, I'll just catch him and beat him up. Is the Lord is like that? No, the Lord is Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is our best well-wishing friend. He is the most best well-wishing friend of ours. And this is the positive aspect of this whole equation. Right. So in this whole equation, that if everything is going against us, like it's not going to be very good, right? So there is the main crux of this whole equation is the Supreme Lord, and he's there and he's sanctioning. So sometimes we see small children, they go to the parents and they ask, I want the sweet now, I want this toy now, and the parents get them. And sometimes the child is asking something, and then instead of getting the whatever they ask, they may get a slap or they may get a chastisement. And like we cannot say that this father is like what is that? He's a very sadistic person. He always beats the child. So no, the father likes the child, and that's why he beats also. And this beating from a person who likes us and who likes our well-being, who's actually our real friend, is actually nice, actually. So that's what is happening to the people. The most positive aspect of this equation is Lord is just sanctioning, whatever is best for us. He's not going to sanction anything that is going to ruin us, anything that is going to spoil us. Everything that is happening to us is, for our well-being. Maybe currently the situation is going to be like, pathetic and chaotic and things like that, but it's going to be my ultimate well-being. That's going to be the case here, right? So now let's see, again, get back to the functional document. So we saw the aspect of how we should not meddle around with the material nature, and how we should not, like how the Lord is a very, very nice person. He actually likes us. He is our best well-wishing friend, and he's going to sanction things which are absolutely beneficial for us, right? What I wanted, but then absolutely beneficial for us. Just like a loving father, he would sanction things for his child, right? So we are all children of God. No, aham bija pratapita. Krishna tells that I am the seed-giving father of all of you, right? So that's what Krishna is telling. So now, like, if with all this thing, Lord is a very nice master. He likes our well-being, and then he sanctions exactly what is needed for us and what is there for our absolute benefit. And material nature is an obedient servant of the Lord, and it is just going to do exactly what the Lord is ordering it to do. It's not going to, if the Lord is ordering something and it's going to retract back and keep something and things like that. No, it's not going to do like that. But who is the bad person in the whole equation? It's me. It's me who is the bad person in the whole equation. And right, so here comes the third aspect, my desire. Right, so this is the thing that we have, and this desire is our only thing that we can do. As I have told before, even to lift my hand, I need to have the sanction of the Lord. I need, the material nature has to execute. If the material nature just pulls the plug off and it just makes me paralyzed, my intelligence will not function, my bodily movements will not function, I cannot see properly or I cannot walk properly, and all the things can be pulled out. And we have experience of it sufficiently in our life. Many things when we try to do, and everything is all set, everything is nicely done, but then it doesn't happen, right? So the work doesn't happen. So it is very important to understand that our desire is the only possession that we have, and this body is just a vehicle made of this material nature, and this material nature is going to function based on the sanction of the Lord, not based on my desire. Sometime it may happen that it's working based on my desire. Just like, see, if again we get back to a small child, because we are children of God, right? So we have to get back to this example. So a small child, it is crying that, no, Papa, you get me this, you get me this, you get me this. And the father is getting that small, some toy or whatever it is to the child. The moment the child gets the toy in the hand, immediately it says, this is my toy. No, it belongs to me. Nobody can touch it. It just forgets it has got it from the father. After so much of crying, it is the mercy of the father that he has given this toy to him. But he says, no, this is my toy. No, even you cannot touch it. You have given it to me. That's it. No, it's mine. So that's what we feel about this body. This body is given to us by the Lord. This is a vehicle made of material nature. Krishna says that yantra rudani mayaya. He describes this body as a yantra, as a vehicle given by maya or the material nature. Right. So this body is made of material nature, and it's going to follow the sanction of the Lord. Most of the times, the Lord allows us to do whatever we desire. Sometimes he just pulls it back, and we say, what's happening here, right? So that's what is the thing. So now this desire is the only thing that we have, and how we exercise this desire. I desire based on what I like, then Lord sanction and material nature executes. It's perfect. The system is going on. The result is misery and sin, right? So that's what is going to happen. If I desire based on Lord's teachings, anyway, I have to desire something. I have to work on something. So if I read Bhagavad-Gita and if I desire based on Lord's teachings, then Lord sanctions it and material nature executes it. What is the result? I become a pious person and I'm a happy person, right? So like, I'm not going to do anything. In fact, I'm just going to desire. What's the problem in desiring in line with the Lord? So that's, to do this thing, we need the guidance of Gita and we need the guidance of devotees who live by Gita, right? So this is very, very important thing. If we don't understand Gita, then how are we going to act in sync with the Lord's plan? It's not possible. So now, this is a summary of the second topic that we discussed. We are not independent. So there are many factors of action. We saw that here three factors are there. My desire is a factor, the Lord is a factor, and the material nature is a factor. So three factors are there. I am not the only factor which is there. No, I cannot just decide something and do things. And later in 18th chapter, Krishna actually explains about 5 factors of action. Adhishtanam, tata karta, karanam cha pratak vidam, vividamsta pratak cheshta, daivam chaivartha panchamam. Right? So he says that there are 5 factors are there. Actually, this is all kind of a summary. This is all kind of a way of grouping different factors and presenting it into a simple block diagram. Actually, there are many factors are there. There are the controlling deities who are there. There are 33 crore different Devi Devatas are there who are controlling every single action of my body. If I have to blink my eyes, I should get permission of a Devata. If I have to raise my hands, I have to get the permission of a Devata. If I have to evacuate, I have to get the permission of a Devata. That's how thoroughly we are controlled, right? So our desire is just one insignificant factor. The world doesn't move because of me. There are so many factors involved, right? So knowing this, we should develop humility, right? So we should develop that, I'm not the only one. I am not the doer here. So there are so many entities are involved, and my desire is just, I can just petition. My desire is just only one thing. And this makes a person very, very strong. Such a person cannot be broken at all. A person thinks everything happens because of me and it's not happening, then he will break down. A person knows that there are so many points of approval and there is so much point of execution. And if it's not happening, okay, fine. No, it's not happening, right? So it's like if you go to a customer care center of any like any product, if the service is not good, immediately you'll pounce upon them. And the same thing, you go to a government office where like there is so many tables and so much of sanctions and things like that. You don't mind going for even 6 months, like again and again repeated walks to that. And you will be completely humble in front of them. Sir, please, get this thing done, right? So that's the thing that, in this world also, like humility, it's very, very important. And that makes a person very strong. And to use these material elements around us properly, we need to have the guidance of Gita. And without studying and practicing Gita, it is not possible for us to understand these things properly and work in this world properly. And again, the same thing actually comes. Again and again, the world puts on the same problems with different color, different flavor. And again, the solution is there in Bhagavad-Gita. It's just there, right? So by studying Bhagavad-Gita, we are going to get, real knowledge, and we will know how the world functions, and we will be able to fit in the world appropriately, right? So now the agenda is 2 important points we have covered. One is work with detachment, and second is we are not independent, right? So the third aspect is we are controlled by the modes of nature, as we saw the material nature. So we are going to zoom in a little bit more on the material nature. So the material nature is comprising of 3 modes. Trigunatmaki, Trigunamayi, Maya. It is. So like what are these modes? They are just like different chains that actually bind us. Some are like gold chain, and silver chain and iron chain. So these kind of chains are there, and it's going to bind us to this world. And how this binding is going to happen? So the first mode is Sattva Guna, the mode of goodness, that conditions us by happiness and knowledge. It's just like if there is a prisoner in the jail and he's like doing very, very nice person, everybody loves him there, and he's so nice over there, and he's like so happy, like, why should I go out of this jail? Like, I'm having a good time here, right? So that's the problem of mode of goodness. We are there in the jail of material world, and we have to get back to the spiritual world, right? So, and the mode of goodness says, like, why do you have to do that? You're so happy here, just continue, right? And then passion, the mode of passion conditions us by attachment for the things that I am already having. My bank balance, my my properties, my people around me, and the place I stay, the house and this and that, everything I get attached to. And then hankering for things which I've yet to get, Still my promotion is pending, still my hike is pending, still this is pending, that is pending. So many things are pending in my life. Anyone you go and ask them, they'll have a huge list of pending items. And in the same way, they die also, having so many more pending items on their list. They never get satisfied. That's the job of passion, not to allow us to become satisfied. If you become satisfied, a passion cannot not tolerate that. No, it'll just come hanker. No, it just haunt us like anything. So that's the job of the passion. And the mode of ignorance, it is like it conditions us like by madness, laziness, and sleep. The mode of ignorance says, any problem of life, don't worry. Just sleep over for some time. Everything will get solved. Just sleep over the problem. All problems will be solved. That's mode of ignorance, right? So, all these kind of modes are there. And we will be affected by all these different modes. Sometimes we think, oh, life is very nice. And sometimes we think, oh, I have to get so much more and things like that. And sometimes we think like, no, it's too much. Like how much I'll do? No, let me just sleep. No, that's the way like these three modes constantly act upon us. It's not just our desire. It's not just our plan. These three modes of nature is constantly acting upon us, right? And how these modes control me. So in the previous section, we saw that the desire is the only property that I have. I can desire. At least I can desire. Like whether it happens or not, that's a different thing. I can desire. So now the question is, do I have complete control over my desire? No, the modes of nature is influencing me like anything. We think that we are desiring, right? So when people have some traits in their life, they think that, oh no, I have this trait, this is my way of doing and things like that. It's actually not. It's just the modes of nature is pressurizing him to do things in that way, and he's just doing it, and he thinks that he's doing it, right? So it's most modes of nature. It's almost all the time it's like this. It's like an advertisement is in front of us, you see, like you have to go for it, right? So this is very, very important, and you say like, yes, I should go for it. So that's how it's happening. The modes of nature is like presenting us so many various things, and we are just going for it, right? So that's how the modes of nature is influencing us a lot in this whole system. And the material energy, this modes of nature, where does it sit? In what form does it sit? Krishna explains, kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhava, Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyenam Ihavairinam. So this kama or the lust is the greatest enemy of us. This is the summon substance of the material nature. And lust means enjoying God's property without God's sanction. That's called lust, right? So this lust is what is going to control us. And this is strategically, it's present in three places. That is in the mind, intelligence, and the senses. These are the three places this lust is going to sit upon, or it's sitting upon, right? And an intelligent man, he has to work upon these three areas: how the mind is functioning, how the intelligence is functioning, how the senses are functioning. Because this is the place my enemy is sitting. People think that, how does the marketing agency functions? How does things in this world get sold? So they just put upon something nice in front of us. Like sometimes we see that, what is that? Any product that you take, a simple product like a bicycle or something like that, or a two-wheeler or a car, there has to be a very attractive personality over there, and there has to be a lot of attractive things over there. And why does all these things is there? You just explain the functional aspect of the car. Nobody is going to buy the car because of the functional aspect. There needs to be something attractive over there, right? So this is very important, that this people are targeting this mind, intelligence, and senses to sell things for themselves. But here we see that the lust actually sits on these three places, and we have to be very, very careful. How does the mind thinks, how does the intelligence functions, and how does the senses are engaged? We have to be very careful. So many times we see that we are addicted to so many social media and things like that. Why is it? I don't want to do it. I'm just seeing my time is getting wasted. I have a lot of productive things to do, but then the time is getting wasted. The lust sitting on the senses, mind, and intelligence is dictating, and we just go on doing it. So now, okay, so we get back to the agenda. So we saw that work with detachment, we are not independent, and we are controlled by modes of nature. Even that one thing which I have, the desire, is influenced by the material modes of nature. Now the question is, how do I get free from the modes? So Krishna has created the Varnashrama system. Chatur Varnim Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha Tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. So Lord is telling, according to the three modes of material nature, no, we have to function. I have got a body which is oriented in these three modes of material nature. I have to function, right? So Krishna has very mercifully given us duties according to these three modes. So four divisions he has created: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and he has defined the roles and responsibilities of each one of them. And then he's telling, it's this second point is also very important. Although I am the creator of the system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. The Lord is beyond the system. We cannot put the Lord into the system saying that you are also controlled by modes of nature. No, he's the master of the modes of nature, right? So he is not controlled by this modes of nature, but then we are controlled by this modes of nature. And the main problem is that we want to enjoy separate from the Lord. Still, the Lord is very merciful. Lord is very merciful. Okay, no, you have this contamination a lot, so work according to the system which I'm giving. So this is like, the different kinds of this one is made, so work according to the system which I'm giving. So he has created the system, and then he's expecting us to work according to our nature. Swasve karmani abhirata samsiddhim labate naraha. Samsiddhim labate naraha. You'll become perfect, right? So swakarma nirata siddham yata vindati tachunu. By following his quality of work, every man can become perfect. Now, please hear from me how this can be done. So this is what Krishna is telling. And Bhagavad-Gita has all these things very, very amazingly put forward. Amazing descriptions of all the different profiles of people, and how does these people think, how does these people work, and how does these people function in this world, and things like that. And by this, we can actually identify what kind of nature I belong to and what kind of work Krishna is prescribing to me. It's so easy. If I just follow this, Krishna is telling every man can become perfect by following this. So we can just the perfection is there in Bhagavad Gita. We can just go for it. And then don't look for others' duty. This is a very, very important thing. Shreyan swadharmo viguna paradharmat swa anushtitat swabhava niyatam karma kurvan apnoti kilbisham. So Krishna is telling, okay, before getting into this translation, many times people come, and sometimes some parents bring their children and they say like, no, so please convince him that he should take engineering. You convince him. He's thinking that he wants to go for something else. And I say like, no, what is his nature? First test this nature. The parents are thinking like what is lucrative in the jobs kind of thing, and the child is thinking about what's my friends are doing. My all other friends are doing this, I should also do this thing. Both of them are not thinking what is that person's nature, what if he does, like he will be like happy and things like that. So it's the whole world is going on imitating others, and Krishna is telling don't do this, right? So it's better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than accept another's occupation and perform it perfectly. So here, what is Krishna telling? Like, finally, the work has to be done perfectly, right? Whether it's my nature or not, if I'm able to do it perfectly, why am I not allowed? Krishna is telling your perfection of work is not the thing which I'm looking for. You have to be peaceful. If you have to be peaceful, you have to work according to your nature, not how well you are producing your output. It may not be your nature, but then you are doing that work perfectly, but you will not be satisfied. You will not be peaceful. Krishna's advice is, even though you are working according to your nature, your results are not perfect, still that will give you satisfaction, and that will take you off sinful reactions. If you work against your nature, you will get sinful reactions, right? So it's very, very important. So that's why we should study Gita, to understand our nature and to function according to our nature. So the summary of this is, Lord has created the Varnashrama based on our nature, based like it's a profile of different natures, and then work according to your nature, and that will free you from all modes, all sins, and all distress. That's the essence of this. And how much Krishna has detailed out in Bhagavad Gita, Lord teaches us about every aspect of our life. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chetasa karmasu yukta svapnava bodhasya yoga bhavati tukkaha. He's telling he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing yoga system. Krishna is telling like how to eat, how to sleep. What more we want actually? It's like everything is there in Bhagavad Gita, right? So Lord's teaching is exhaustive. Lord teaches us how to eat, how to sleep, how to work, and whatnot. Everything is there. Bhagavad Gita is complete solution to get free from the modes, to get free from the sins, to get free from the distress of this world, right? So if we have any doubts, we can ask the people who are living, by the teachings of Gita. Krishna has provided that facility also to us. So we can approach them. Whoever is practicing Gita nicely, we can actually go and ask them, and they will clarify our doubts, and they will kind of give the solutions for our doubts, right? So with this, we have finished 4 main topics of our session. Work with detachment. We are not independent. We are controlled by modes of nature. And we saw one aspect of how to get freed from modes. So this is a long cut aspect, but Krishna also gives a most effective way of purification. Very, very powerful way of purification. That let's see now. So he says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mam evaishishi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. So Krishna is telling, this is like towards the end of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is just putting the final notch into this one. So final knock, right? So what is it? Always think of me, become my devotee, offer me, worship me, and offer your homage unto me, offer your obeisances unto me. And thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you, because you are my very dear friend. Already we saw that no suhridam sarva bhutanam. Krishna is the best well-wishing friend of all the living entities. Only that I have not accepted him as such, right? So no, because Krishna is my friend, if I just become his devotee, if I just think of him, if I just worship him and things like that, we are going to be in his favorite book. That controller, that person who has everything in the control of the whole creation, right? Actually, he doesn't need to ask all these things. You can just think of, if you have a maid servant at home, and the servant comes, and then you're paying them sufficiently, and then you say like, no, you clean this place, and that person says like, no, I don't want to clean. And you say like, no, what are you saying? Like, no, I'm paying you, you have to clean this place. And you'll say like, no, get lost if you don't want to do this thing. No, I just don't want a servant like this, right? So we are actually servants of Krishna, and we are telling whatever Krishna says, we are telling, no, I don't want to do it. And Krishna is telling, okay, fine, no problem. No, like I'll just tell you, I'll just give you some simple steps, you can do it. And we are doing it for lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes. And still he's telling, I am your best well-wishing friend. Who can be there like this, right? So one time, one of the devotees, he was mentioning that the Lord is such a merciful person. Even if because of my karma, because of my bad desires, if I degrade myself to the position of a pig in the street, still the Lord accompanies me as a Paramatma. Still he sits with me. Even if I go to the most dirtiest place, he comes with me and he goes to that dirtiest place. Why? Because he loves me. He may give me punishment externally, but he's always there. It's like another analogy I heard is that a judge is there. He's giving punishment to a criminal. And then he's telling that I have to punish you because you have done a crime. But then I like you very much. And the judge also walks with the criminal into the prison cell, and he stays with the prisoner over there. You have committed a mistake. You have to be there in the prison. But I like you also. I will also be there with you. So why does Lord has to come and stay as Paramatma in the heart of every living entity? No, he's Lakshmipati, he's Vaikuntapati. Why he has to come and stay with us as Paramatma, right? So it is his extreme mercy. No, I am suffering because of my desire. Why should the Lord come with me, right? So it is because of his extreme mercy. And he's asking, after so much of tolerance, he is asking, Manmana bhavamat bhakto, become my devotee, and Madhyajimam namaskuru, become my devotee, worship me, yaji, worship me, and namaskuru, offer your obeisances unto me, right? So in this way, you will come back to me and you'll live with me forever in happiness. And this is the proposal the Lord is giving. And this is the ultimate way of purification, because it hits the root of the sin. That we saw that the material nature controls us by the lust, and lust means enjoying without the sanction of the Lord. When I start cooperating with the Lord, where is the point of lust? There is no lust, there is no modes of nature, there is no control over me. I'm just as free as anybody. It's the most freest person. That's why a person who is a devotee of the Lord, he's the most free person, right? So he doesn't have any encumbrance. So that's the freedom that we will get by becoming a devotee of the Lord, by studying Bhagavad-Gita. And next instruction he gives is just the next sloka. You just see the number 1865 and 1866. So sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. So Krishna is telling that abandon all varieties of religion. Don't think that what you were doing before, reading Bhagavad Gita, what all different rituals, this, that, and all those things. Just follow this Bhagavad Gita. Many people have fed so many things into your system. Many different people have told so many things to you. Just don't bother about all these things. Just follow me. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. No one else have ever given this promise to me, right? It's the most powerful promise, that Krishna is giving here. And then we come to the last aspect of our session. So we saw that this powerful way of purification is that just becoming a devotee of the Lord and just surrendering everything to Him and then follow His instructions. Surrender means what? To follow the instructions of Krishna. And where do we find the instructions of Krishna? It's there in Bhagavad Gita. In just 1 hour of session, we cannot even scratch the surface of Bhagavad Gita. So, but then we have covered the major blocks, major entities that are there in Bhagavad Gita, the major flow of Bhagavad Gita, right? So this is what we did. But then there is a lot of details is there, how to do this, how we can actually practice this, right? So we should study Bhagavad Gita. Now let's see some benefits of studying and distributing Bhagavad Gita, right? So the Gita Mahatmya says, Maline mochanam pumsam, jalasnanam dine dine, sakrit Gita-amritam snanam, samsara malanashanam. Just like when we take bath every day, all the dirt that is there in the body, it gets cleansed. In the same way, if we read Gita, it says sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, sakrit Gita-amritam snanam, right? So samsara malanashanam, the material, this lust that we talked about, lust means like if it is expanded, it says like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, and matsarya. All these things, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, everything, it will just get vanquished if we just study Bhagavad Gita every single day, right? So this is a very important thing. We should if Krishna is so merciful, he's coming down and he's giving us such wonderful instructions. It's like it's our great advantage. We should do it. We should try to study Bhagavad Gita every day. And discussing the glories of Gita, it's like, what's the benefit of discussing the glories of Gita? We are discussing it here. So what's the benefit of it? Ya idam paramam guhyam mat bhakteshu abhidashyati bhaktim mai param kritva mam evaishasya samshayah. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. Krishna is saying this. So it's like really, really very special privilege. So we have heard about Gita. At least we should speak about Gita to someone. At least this Gita is so wonderful. We should study this Gita. At least this much we should share with somebody, right? So that's our seva to Gita. We should do this. And the Lord is further saying that Nachatasman manusyeshu kaschin me priyakritamaha bhavita na chame tasmad anya priyo taro bhuvi. There is no servant in this world who's more dear than that person who's speaking the glories of Gita to others, right? So there will never be anyone who's more dear to me, than this person who's speaking the Gita. Why Krishna is telling this? Krishna has spoken the Gita with so much of compassion for the living entities, with so much of compassion for all of us, right? And if I'm repeating this message of Gita to other people, Krishna will be very, very happy. This is what the purpose for which I came and spoke Gita to. And you are helping me in propagating this message to other people. And who are these people? They are children of God and they are suffering without God, right? So we should just speak about Gita to everyone. And we will become very, very dear to Lord Krishna by doing this. And there is wonderful glory of gifting Gita. Shatapustaka danancha Gitaya prakaroti yaha sayati brahma sadanam punar avritti durlabam. One who makes a gift of 100 copies of Gita becomes immortal. It says that punar avritti durlabam. Avritti, to come back again into this material world is durlabam. We will not see again the cycle of birth and death. We will live an eternal life of bliss and happiness in the Vaikuntha. So one has to, if we just do this thing, it's really, really very amazing. Many, many devotees are doing this wonderful seva of gifting Gita to the needy people, and we go to the different ashrams and the different suffering people who doesn't have the means to get Gita. So we go and gift them also, so that they can actually get this wonderful knowledge and get out of the suffering of life, right? So now our service to Gita, this is our responsibility. So this December, we are celebrating as Gita Jayanti month. Why? Because the 25th of this month, which is the Mokshada Ekadashi, which is considered to be the day on which Gita was spoken by Krishna, right? So because of that, this whole month we actually celebrate as Gita Jayanti month. And ISKCON is trying to distribute 2 million copies, 20 lakh books of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. Krishna has come to give this message, and we are trying, at least we should be doing it at every time, at least in this month, where we are remembering this and we are trying to do this thing. So it's possible only with the support of all of you, right? And please help us. We are just asking for this kind help from all of you. What you can do, like you can get a copy for yourself, or you can gift a copy of Gita to someone. And if we do this, it's very easy. Like we have a website where we can actually go and order a Gita for yourself or gift a Gita to someone, and you can actually get it, and you can help us in this attempt of reaching this message of Krishna to every single person. It's a very, very great need of the situation, actually. So moreover now, like when people are suffering with so much of health crisis and things like that, so many places where we went and gave Gita, people sometimes they say that I was going through such miserable phase of life, but by reading Gita, by understanding these concepts, my perspective to the life has changed, and I'm able to face my life in a better way, right? So this is very, very important thing. So let's do this thing. And just a token of gratitude, all of you, those who have come here for the session. So we are just giving a 10% discount for all the books that are there in our site. And you can actually go to the website, and all different languages of Gita is there. And then you can place an order. And before placing the order, there is just below the placing order, we have a coupon option. And please use this coupon for today. This only for today, only for this session. We just made this thing. So we are giving this 10% discount. Please use this opportunity to gift Gita or to take Gita for yourself, and make people's life auspicious, right? So this is our humble request, and the coupon code is like Gita 10. That's what you have to type there, right? So thank you all very much for being with us throughout this session. Now we will open up for question answers. So anyone has any questions, you can actually ask. Before that, the website is gogita.in, right? So gogita.in. You can actually go there and get your copy. Okay, so now let's see if there is any questions that are there. So in chat box, so many things have come in the chat box. I'll just see this thing. Okay. I'll just see if there is any questions over here. Okay. Krishna is most inspiring. I wish I can share this lecture with many more. We are going to do on the day of the Mokshada Ekadashi, we are going to do in many, many languages, at least minimum 6-7 languages, the same presentation is going to happen. So if you want to invite all of them, so you can invite. We will circulate the invitation through the emails, like we have got your emails. So we will look for this email from us. We will circulate the message about all different languages, which is going to happen. And if we hear Gita on the day of Gita Jayanti, it's really, really very auspicious. So you can make it a point that you can also hear, and you can inspire other of your friends also to hear on that day of Gita Jayanti. Okay, so please discuss about Karma Yoga. So yoga, as I mentioned in the beginning, so that's one perspective, one way of discussing Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and things like that. So the same concepts which are covered there, we have put it in a different way. This is another way of summarizing the thing, right? Okay, so summary, okay, thank you for your appreciation. And then Gita description based on 4 types of yoga is Ashtanga, the same as Raja Yoga. Okay, so kind of Raja Yoga, the word Raja Yoga, Raja Vidyam, Raja Guhyam. So when Krishna says that, he talks about Bhakti Yoga actually there. Okay, so that's in the 7th chapter of Gita. So not 7th chapter, sorry, 9th chapter it comes. So okay, so can you please share the slides? Yeah, we will make a PPT, and then we'll all of you who have attended the session, we will try to mail you the PPTs to you, right? Okay, so wonderful listening, Geeta. Okay, is there a link to access later to watch the session? Yeah, like we are, all of you can see this YouTube live is there. And if you go to that YouTube, this one, so you can actually copy the stream link. You can actually get this YouTube link also. Probably when we mail you, we will send you this YouTube link as well to you. Okay, so Please clarify. Gita verses are clubbed into different types of yoga. So do you, ISKCON, teach yoga, meditation, or do you advocate prayers mode of attaining higher consciousness? Yeah, meditation is there, definitely. So what we do is the mantra meditation, no, Hare Krishna mantra. So all of you know that ISKCON is known for this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Why do we do this specifically? Because in Lord Brahma says in Kali Santarna Upanishad, Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nataha Paratropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. He says that this chanting of this, this Mahamantra, the 16-worded mantra, this can destroy all the ill effects of Kali Yuga. Kali Kalmasha Nashanam, no? Nataha Paratropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. And it is also mentioned that Kritaya Dhyayato Vishnum, the Dhyana Yoga is performed in the Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga, and Dwapare Paricharyayam, no, in the Dwapar Yuga it is elaborate temple worship, and then Tretayam Ejato Makai, in Treta Yuga, no, elaborate fire sacrifices used to happen. Kalau Tad Hari Kirtanat, no, in Kali Yuga the prescribed method of worship is the chanting of the names of the Lord. All the different yoga systems are there in Bhagavad-Gita. But then what is prescribed for us? No, that's very important. So in Kali Yuga, the Nama Sankirtan is the most powerful method, and that's just the prescription for us. Okay, so we know Krishna is supreme and strong. Why is he asking us to surrender? He can take control of us forcibly. Okay, so he doesn't do that. He's a loving person. No, he doesn't do that. So he wants us to understand the things. By force, nothing happens by force. No, nothing happens by force. He's the ultimate controller, but he has given us the freedom. He's like, how many times you see that, every time, do you see like a parent is just slapping the child and just like putting him in place? Many times the parents also like come down and say, okay, fine, no, I don't beat you. Like, it's okay. Like, no, every time I cannot do that. I have to explain to you also sometimes, right? So it's very important that to understand this very interesting aspect. Krishna loves us very much, and he wants us to understand the things. He just doesn't want to force us. And this is the way, even in this life, we can actually take the lesson. This is a very important lesson. Krishna, the ultimate master, he doesn't want to force his way into the system, force his way into our life. Then how much we should apply force on others, right? So it's a very, very important lesson. We have to learn from the greatest master, how to be a very great master. Feel so mesmerizing. Okay, happy to attend this session. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, so thanks a lot for your appreciation. It's truly beautiful session. Totally lost through your words. Okay, thank you. Okay, so is there any other questions that are there? Thanks a lot for your appreciations. Okay, what's our duty? Our duty is to read Bhagavad-Gita. And if we read Bhagavad-Gita, we will get clarity or more clarity of what is our duty, right? So if somebody is in a new place, in a new city, and how should I go about doing things? We should know the basic tenets of that place. And we have come into this world, and we should know the basic tenets of this world. Our duty is to read Bhagavad-Gita. Okay. And then Bhagavan or Paramatma, who is superior, both are the same person, right? So the Supreme Lord, is one time, like one devotee told that the Lord in the office is Vishnu or Paramatma, and Lord at home is Krishna, Bhagavan, right? So same person in different roles, that's all, right? So if we take to fake sanction from the Devtas to perform any action, then what about people who commit suicide? Suicide is a really, really sinful act. It's like you're put into a jail, and then you escape from the jail. What will happen? If you're caught back, you will have to go through the punishment of the previous crime, and you have to take the punishment for the crime that you have run out from the jail, right? So I have been given this body, and to give the punishments or to give the happiness based on my karma, and I just simply want to run out of this body, just commit suicide. So then we'll be caught back again, and we'll put with more misery. So that is what, like, this brings about a very, very important subject. One time a person asked, like when I took a Gita class, I was asking him that I just generally ask the audience, what are your expectations? So one person told that I want to memorize Gita slokas. Oh, it's nice. No, you can. And then one person told, I just want to explore Gita. It's very nice. And another person told, that I want to get out of all the problems of my life. I told, like, that's not possible. The problems of the life is going to be there. We can guarantee you that by studying Gita, you will become so strong that you'll have the courage to face the problems of life, right? So these people who commit suicide, they don't have courage to face the problems of life. Even Arjuna was there in similar kind of a situation. He didn't have the courage to face the problem of life. But after Krishna gave the Bhagavad Gita, nothing changed. No, everything, all the material situations, all the problems of life still intact, present in front of him. But he is a new Arjuna. He's like fully determined to face the problems of life. So we want to face the problems of life. We don't want to commit suicide. No, suicide means more punishment. It's going to come. Okay. So how is suicide sanctioned? Whatever you want, it will be sanctioned, but later on you will be punished for it. No, that's the problem of the system, right? So no, you desire and Lord sanctions, and you just desire it, and it's just sanctioned, and you have to face the punishment. That's how the karma works. Karma is not working based on what you do. Your doing is done by the material nature. Sanction is given by the Lord. But the desire I had, right? No, I wanted to commit suicide, and the Lord is sanctioning it. And I have to face the music of that. No, I have to face the result of that. Okay, thank you for the appreciation. Varanashram is by birth or by work we undertake, right? So this brings into a very, very important and nice question. And I always love to speak on this topic, and it's a very, very important thing that we have to do. We see increasingly people, even small children, they are completely distracted, and the more and more the next generation that comes in, it's like we see a lot of distraction in people, lot of fickle-mindedness, and lot of resistance to dharma and things like that and all. It's a very important thing. If it has to happen by birth, then we have to do something called garbha samskar, garbhadan samskar. It's very, very important. If we want to get a very nice child, very cultured child, it is not by random accident. We can plan for it. It's possible to get a very nice soul into this world, very nice soul into our family. It's possible. We will be posting more things about this particular information, right? So you can be in touch with us with an email and things like that. So we will get you more details about it. We can plan the child, which comes into this world, which comes into this family, how nice a child it should be. It can be the Varanashram, can be by birth, but then unfortunately, the modern situation is it's just an accident. Most of the time, a childbirth is an accident, right? That's an unfortunate situation. Krishna says that this is an yajna. The act of begetting child is a yajna. It is a sacred activity, and it has to be followed. This is also we will get from Bhagavad-Gita, right? So we have to take the opinion. We have to consult Krishna in every single act. We are dealing with Krishna's nature. We are dealing with Krishna's world. We are dealing with Krishna's property everywhere. Even every living entity that we interact with, they are Krishna's property. They are Krishna's children. We have to take the consent of Krishna. We have to take the advice of Krishna, right? So, and coming to the next part of the question, right? What is that? Chaturvarnam Maya Shishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. This Vibhaga is made based on Guna and Karma, not based on birth. It's based on Guna and Karma. But if we want to predict the Guna and Karma in the future child which is going to come in, we can actually plan for it. We can actually go through a samskar, and we can actually get a very nice child, right? So that's the amazing aspect of this whole thing, right? So it's based on work. It's based on guna and karma. It's based on qualities that we have, and it is based on the work that we perform, what kind of work that we perform. It's the vibhagasha is like the vibhag is made based on that, right? So that's the main point. Okay, so thanks for the appreciation again. Thank you for the session. Okay. Question: Atma soul concept is vital in Gita. Is it correct to say? I mean, possible that two souls exist in the same body? Why not two souls? Like, no, there's so many bacteria are living in my body. So many souls can exist in this body. Existence doesn't matter. One soul is the owner of this body, or he at least thinks the owner of this body. He has got the control of this body. Just like in a car, how many people can travel in a car? Maybe like 5 people. And then how many people can travel in a bus? Maybe like 60, 40, 50 people or something like that. But who drives the car? Who drives a bus? One driver, right? So that one person who drives is the me who thinks that I am the owner of this body, right? So there is no two drivers can be there. for some time it can be there. The haunted people, right? So those people are haunted. So I don't want to talk about this topic in the night. Like sometimes people get so much jittery with this. We don't get jittery because we are Krishna conscious. We have like we can speak at this in the dead of the night also. So the thing is, like, if somebody is like untimely dead, those people try to haunt on other people. And when they're trying to haunt, so one person is already the owner of the body. It's like, you're driving a vehicle and somebody's coming and putting a hand and they're also trying to drive the vehicle. The vehicle will be wobbling, right? So that's what happens. Sometimes two souls want to take control of one body, but that's just a temporary situation. It cannot last long. And those people who are reading Bhagavad Gita regularly and following the life based on these principles of Gita, they don't need to worry about these things. Okay, so thanks a lot for your appreciation. Thank you. So please enlighten if my bhakti is helping my child and spouse as well. This is exactly a question that, or a request that Prahlad had put in front of Nrsimhadev. He told that Nrsimhadev was asking, like, no, I am so much pleased with your devotion, Prahlad. You ask for some boon. I just want to give you something. And Prahlad is asking, like, no, my father did so much of atrocities. He always blasphemed you. He always envious of you. Please forgive him. And Nrsimhadev says, like, don't even worry about that. You became a devotee of Lord. Like 21 generations of yours will be liberated. That's what Nrsimhadev says. Like, what about your just spouse and child? Everyone in your family will become benefited if you become a devotee of Lord. Right? How can we convince atheistic people to take Gita? Let's first try to give Gita to people who are still hankering for this. There are so many people who want to get the message of Gita. Let's try to reach out to them. Atheistic people will see, like, later on if they get some good intelligence. Okay, so thank you for the appreciation. Any plan of doing 18 chapters in 18 days of Gita as you did earlier? Definitely we will be doing it. And now, right now, there is a very wonderful thing that is happening. So we have launched a course, Shloka a day, right? So every day there is a Shloka that is getting published, and very wonderfully that has been explained. And if you subscribe to our Whitefield ISKCON Whitefield channel, so you will get every day this one. And then you can even go to courses.iskonwhitefield.org. Now I'll repeat, courses.iskonwhitefield.org. So where every single day, you will get one new video of one sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Until now, we have just finished second chapter. You can always start from the first chapter. It's an eternal asset, that's there in our channel. Every single sloka. Now, why 18 chapters in 18 days? Like, we can just go through every single sloka. That's a facility that we are offering. Okay. So you said that we have to desire, then Lord sanctions. As Krishna knows all that we need or that is good for us, do we really need to desire? We cannot avoid desiring. If we stop desiring, we are dead and gone. And the soul cannot die at any point in time. We are active. We are active means we are desiring, right? So desire is inseparable entity of my existence. That is my nature. That's the way I function. The desire cannot be taken out of my system. I will always be desiring something, right? So can we not just leave it to him? We can. If we can do that, that's like exalted, very, very high stage of devotion. Doing everything, like doing everything according to the will of the Lord. That's like really very high standard. So that's the main purpose of reading Bhagavad Gita and accepting a sadhana process of reading Bhagavad Gita every single day and chanting the names of the Lord. If we do that, this thing, what you have put in a very simple words, can we not just leave it to the Lord's wish, everything? That will have to happen after a long, long penance. It's not just going to happen just like that, right? Okay. If we have to take sanction from devatas to perform any action, then what about people who commit suicide? How is it's sanctioned? It's sanctioned. If you desire whatever you want, it's sanctioned. It's just like, if you are so adamant about doing a particular thing, if you are a small child and you're adamant about driving a car, the father will take you to a play station, right? A theme park, where go-karting is there, right? And he'll put you in the car. And no, you do. You go. And then the boy is like driving, and then there is a very thick rubber beading is there, with the car. Just like, Krishna has given this body. This is just like the rubber beading that he has given. And this child is going, hitar and titar. He's just going everywhere. He's just dashing with somebody and things like that. And then later on, he's crying, Papa, this person, he came and dashed my car. Like father will say, okay, fine. Whatever you want, you do. It's a playtime. No, you do. Like, don't cry. Like, no, just continue playing. That's what is happening. We cannot do this suicide in the spiritual world in Vaikuntha. We desire to do this. So that's why Krishna sent to this material world, put this rubber beating of this body. And now you want to commit suicide, you do. You want to exploit somebody, you do. You want to be good to somebody, you do. Whatever you want to do, just do within this play area. I cannot allow this to happen in the Vaikuntha. That's the thing. No, this is a play area where everything that we want will be sanctioned based on our karma. And so that's the whole purpose. If here also we are controlled, then what's the point? I just wanted to be free, and Krishna is just giving a taste of my freedom. What freedom? What good freedom we can enjoy? He's just giving a taste of it. And if here also he controls, when and how on earth like we will actually understand? No, this is miserable. No, that's why it is there. Okay, how living entity is considered actually in which mode of the three modes he is born? Okay, it's not which mode of three modes, it's which combination of three modes, right? You go to any Ayurvedic doctor, he will say kapha, pitta, and vata, right? So like the three elements are there. If you ask like, doctor, no, what element is there in my body? No, kapha or pitta or vata. It's all there, but in different combinations, right? So that's how the three modes of nature is also. So it's all there in different combinations. And when the mode of goodness is prominent, we will be like doing the job of a brahmana, patan, yajan, dana, pratikriya, and things like that, right? So if we are predominantly in the mode of passion, like passion is more and goodness backed up with good, sufficient goodness, then we are a Kshatriya. So then Kshatriya means like he will not fear any problem. He will be a good administrator. He would like to establish dharma. He would like to rule over people and things like that. So that's the Kshatriya nature. And then Vaishya nature is like generally he would like to make business, increase his money and things like that and all. So that's the Kshatriya, that's the Vaishya nature. And Shudra means he's peaceful doing work for somebody. He's peaceful doing work for somebody. Just give me some work, I'll just do and I'll be peaceful. So that's Shudra nature. Right, so we can actually study, and Krishna gives so many things. What kind of food a person eats in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. What kind of happiness that he will get. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. What kind of work he will do. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. So many things he defines. Very easily we can actually see the profile, and we can also take guidance from the devotees, like to understand the nature. And how should we know self? Many times we are confused. Persons due to effect of Maya, yeah. So if we have to come out of Maya, we have to study Bhagavad-Gita, Samsara Malam Mochanam, right? So we just studied that. If we study Gita every single day, then it'll keep us in the clarity. The material nature will not cloud our vision, and we'll be having clear vision, right? So that requires a sadhana, that requires regular study of Gita. Okay, if there is online meditation available for ISKCON devotees, yes, it is there. So every day morning, 5 to 7:30, we have a like meditation session. We have different areas, like different meditation sessions in different areas. So you can write to us if you are interested in joining the meditation session. So we will be talking 10 minutes. We will be talking about the importance of meditation, and then we will have the Hare Krishna mantra playing. We can actually sit down and we can actually, with the pace of Hare Krishna mantra, we can also close our eyes and just focus on the sound vibration and meditate. It's a very powerful thing, right? So we can do that. So it's available. You can write to us. We will give you the link for that. Okay, I want to ask, how much important is it to be in connection with other devotees, or only chanting could help? If we can be strong enough to chant and practice this, it's well and good, we can. But then most of the cases, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So we need to have, you see that the business people, they have association of their other business people, right? So if the people in the stock market, they have their association. And everywhere you go, like, why do they form this association? They form the association just to reinforce. Maya is a very difficult opponent to fight. If we have connections, it's really very good. We can actually fight a very good battle. Okay. And then, okay. So you can actually go to this gogita.in and you can purchase your Gita. That's very nice. And then, is there an online meditation session available? Yeah, it's there. I just mentioned about it. Please give some tips on distribution of Gita to friends or people who are differently towards spirituality. Main tip is that we have to feel compassion for them. We have to see that this is a living entity who's very, very dear to Krishna. He is the son of Krishna, is his daughter of Krishna. He or she is suffering in this world without this knowledge of Krishna. Krishna has come to give this Gita, and as a servant of Krishna, I just have to reach this Gita to him. And sincerely, if we close our eyes and pray to the Lord, that I wish the well-being of this person, and I know this Gita has the ultimate well-being for everyone in this world. I just want this person to have it. And if you pray like that, what is not possible? Just now we saw that you desire, Lord sanctions, and material nature executes it. It will get executed. It's a matter of how strong your desire is, right? So you don't need to do this hard work of distributing. You just need to have the desire, very, very strong desire and fervent prayers to the Lord. Definitely Gita will reach to the person whom you actually know looking for. Okay, you can also gift, practically, like you can go to our website and you can actually gift the person. So that is also very nice way. Okay, please enlighten if my bhakti is helping my child and spouse. Yeah, definitely it's helping. I just mentioned about it. Okay, is the audio Gita available? Yeah, you'll find in our channel so many different ways, varieties of this one, like Gita recitation is there, and then Gita classes are there. So many things, so much of wealth of information you'll get in our channel, iskonwhitefield.org. And in our website, if you go, everything you'll get it. Thanks a lot for happy to join this session. Thank you. So yes, you can join online mantra meditation. Okay, so you can actually call this number. Nayana Mataji has posted her number. You call her and she will help you to join mantra meditation circle. Okay, thank you very much for the session. Thanks a lot for your appreciation. Can you speak very briefly about Raja Yogya? The 9th chapter, we in fact spoken about it, like the Bhakti Yoga aspect, Manmana Bhavamat Bhakta Madhyajimam Namaskuru. So if you do that, that's the very, very powerful form of yoga, and that's the king of all the yogas actually. So why human beings have been created by God? So we are an eternal being. We are never created and we are never destroyed as the living entities. Why human beings are created? Human beings are the most evolved form of this material body. And no, of course, there are little more evolved bodies that are there. The Devi Devatas are little more evolved than us. So, but then, no, it's very, very evolved form, where we can understand, God and, get back to him and things like that. We are always a part and parcel of Lord as the spirit soul, and we are never created and we are never to be destroyed, right? So the soul can never be destroyed. Okay, wonderful class. Almost many of my doubts is cleared. Thank you for that appreciation. Thanks for answering the questions. Thanks, Hare Krishna. In court, people swear by Gita and tell lie. No, are they driven by the modes of nature? Of course. No, what else is there in this world? Like everybody is driven by the modes of nature. One who doesn't take the advice of Gita, one who doesn't read Gita and apply these principles in his life, he has to be thoroughly controlled by modes of nature, right? So, okay. So thanks for the appreciation. And why does fear sometimes takes over everything else? Fear means we are either in passion or ignorance. So fear of unknown, I'm getting attached to the things which I have, and I'm hankering for the things which I don't have. And I have constant fear. What if I don't get it? And I have constant fear. What if I lose the thing which I have already with me, right? So it's mode of passion. If we actually come to the mode of goodness, we'll say, okay, why should I possess these things? Why should I take control of things in this way? Lord is sanctioning and material nature is executing. And who is this Lord? Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. He's my best well-wishing friend. Right? So why should I possess these things and things like that? Why should I fear when my best well-wishing friend, he's the boss of the entire world? Why should I have fear of anything? Right? I just have to have the fear of myself, that I should not go away from this really wonderful, loving person, the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? So that should be my fear. Okay, which chapter or shloka of Gita can be said to be the most pious one and can be told to a person if he is on the deathbed? We can read 12th chapter, that is devotional service. We can read the 15th chapter, that is the this one, Purushottama Yoga, and even any of the chapter. Like, it's, if you read Gita Mahatmya, you'll see like every chapter has so much wonderful glories that are there. And 9th chapter is so wonderful. 10th chapter is also very, very amazing, right? So we can actually give them these things. That's very nice. And interested for Gita, Hindi Gita short course. Yes, we are going to have that Hindi Gita short course on 25th of this Friday. This Friday it's going to happen. Stay tuned. Write to us if you don't get the link from us, and we will have the Hindi Gita course, short course is going to happen on the Vaikuntha, on the Moksha Ekadashi day. It's going to happen 25th of just 3-4 days away. We are going to have that. So we came to the material world from the spiritual world. We go back this time. Is it possible that we come back to this world again? No, Krishna says that yad gatvana nivartante taddama paramam mama natat bhashayate suryo na sashanko na pavakah yad gatvana nivartante taddama paramam mama. Once you come back to this world, to the spiritual world, you will not get back. And sometimes the acharyas give this explanation. The child, for the first time, not knowing the fire, it may touch. Once it touches the fire, the rest of the life it will never touch, right? So that's the this one. We will never come back. Okay, thank you for the session. Thanks a lot for your appreciation. Words are not enough to express gratitude. Thanks, Hare Krishna. Okay, power packed session. Thank you. And then this is out of context question, but what to ask if I want to learn Mridanga? Is it possible? Oh yeah, it's possible. You can write to us. It's possible. Okay, which is more important, to read Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam? First, we have to read Gita. Without understanding ABCD, if we try reading Gita, of course, Srila Prabhupada's purports are so amazing and it can explain us very nicely. But the prescribed method is, if we can read Gita and then go to the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is be very, very enriching for us. Okay, there is another invitation for the joining of mantra meditation session from Sriram Prabhu. This number is there, 9986013226. No, you can join if you are there in the area of Belandur, Panatur, and Sarjapur, right? Okay. No words beyond. Please bless us to under the shelter of every working in Bhakti Yoga and Krishna consciousness. Thanks for your appreciation. Blessings of Lord Krishna is there upon you. Hare Krishna. How do we control anger and lust? The controlling of anger and lust, if you have to control, that's again, it's an effect of mode of passion, kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajo guna samudbhava. If you have to control the anger and lust, samsara mala mochanam, sakrit gita amritam snanam, dine, every day, if we can do Gita Adhyayan, and if we can actually connected with the devotees, and then if we can try to learn Gita and apply Gita and study Gita every day. Though it is the same Gita every day, though it is the same soap, still we use it every day, right? So to clean us, in the same way, it's same Gita, but it can cleanse us, it can protect us every day. So though it is the same anger and like lust, it's there, it's again and again attacking us. In the same way, we have to use the same Gita to actually get ourselves free from this thing. So I got to know a lot of things. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, thanks a lot for explaining my question. Thanks, Rivol. And then wonderful answers. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. My best wishes. Please pray that we will be able to reach this 2 million copies of Gita to the people, right? So that's a thing that we are looking for. Please pray for us, or you can also be part of this team. You can also talk about Gita to somebody. It's the greatest welfare activity that we can actually do. Please do this thing, right? So after the session, kindly talk about Gita to somebody. Let them get Gita. Any karma by food habits like veg, non-veg, definitely there is there. So if you can subscribe to our daily Gita sessions, you will be able to get the information about it. Okay, here is a nice information for the Mridanga class. So somebody asked for Mridanga class. You can see this number that is put over there in the chat box. You can take that. And then, okay, thank you. Very enlightening session. Thanks a lot. So thanks for answering each and every query. Okay, so detailed session. Thank you. I'm from Mumbai, and I don't know what is this one. There are also classes. Okay, nice. You can attend that. So thank you, Prabhuji. May Lord bless. Thank you. Thank you for your blessings. Hare Krishna. So thanks a lot for answering my questions and then wonderfully summed up. Very enlightening. How do we engage in satsang? You can write back to us the same email that you have got. No, we will help you in get engaged in some satsang. If a person wishes on various things and works for it, does it eventually falls in place? Yes, if your determination is very strong and if you have the sufficient karma to get that, you will get that in this lifetime, or you will get that in one of your future lifetimes. So, but then what's the point of waiting for future lifetimes? We can actually do bhakti and finish off the business of this world, right? So, are you conducting similar sessions? I can circulate to my friends. Yes, we are going to conduct similar sessions on the day of Mokshada Ekadashi. That is on 25th of this month. It is just 2-3 days or 3-4 days away, and we are going to conduct in many different languages. So, English, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, even Bengali, Odia, and whatnot, like many other languages, like we are doing Tamil also. We are doing in different languages, we are doing. Okay, so we will send all these links to your email, the same email through which you have got this link. Please stay tuned, and we will send you all this information. Okay, thank you very much. So we have come to the end of the questions. We will call off the session for today. So we are very grateful to all of you, and we are very grateful to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By his mercy, we are able to discuss Gita. By his mercy, we are able to understand Gita in a simple way and practice. Kindly go and take your copy of Gita. Thanks a lot for attending this session. Hare Krishna. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna. We will end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.